When someone is diagnosed with cancer, most of the focus is immediately on treatments like chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, and medications. The medical system is excellent at attacking the tumor, but there's one area that is almost always universally neglected: nutrition. Hi, I'm Dannie Cade, and welcome to Tea Talk. Now, last week we had a good look at what a cancer diagnosis really means to us and some of the proactive things that we can do when we hear the big C word. Today, we're going to go into more depth on the nutrition end of it, as patients are rarely given clear guidance about what to eat, how to nourish their body, or what actually supports recovery. Many people quickly realize that just eat what you can is often the standard advice. And some are offered what they call meal replacement drinks like Boost or Ensure. And while these products are marketed as complete nutrition, the reality is quite different. They're often very high in sugar, artificial additives, cheap industrial grade protein sources with a very light dusting of synthetic vitamins and minerals. Calories alone are not enough, especially empty ones. Our body isn't just hungry for energy, it's starving for the right building blocks to repair tissue, support the immune system, and help us to maintain strength and resilience during treatment. When we're struggling to eat because of things like nausea, fatigue, taste changes, chemo mouth, or digestive distress, it's even more frustrating. We want something our body will accept, something we can tolerate that actually supports healing. But when we read the labels, many of these so-called nutrition solutions fall short. There's corn syrup, artificial flavors, low-quality protein, and other cheap fillers that don't provide the nourishment our cells need. And it's discouraging, and it can feel like our body is rejecting everything that we offer it. This is where understanding nutrition at a deeper level can empower us. It's not about blame or guilt. It's about giving our body what it needs to recover. Real nourishment is composed of several key elements. First off, you want high quality protein, because protein is essential for repairing damaged tissue, maintaining muscle, and supporting immune function. So ideally, you want to aim for complete proteins, ones that contain all of the amino acids like eggs, fish, poultry, grass-fed dairy, or high quality plant sources like lentils, quinoa, and clean soy, according to what your body will tolerate. Okay, then you also want healthy fats, very important. Fats like omega-3 fatty acids help to reduce inflammation, support the heart, the brain, and of course, immune health. Now, there's some great sources, including fatty fish, avocado, flax, chia, and walnuts. I'm a big fan of ghee, MCT, olive, or coconut oil as well. Okay, then there's also fiber and gut supporting nutrients. Now, if your guts are very destroyed, you may want to go gentle on this, but you want a good prebiotic fiber. Generally, vegetables are good, fermented foods. They help to maintain healthy gut microbia, which is critical for digestion and immunity. Now, if your guts are too stressed, you want to go for the well-cooked veggies or roasted root vegetables that are low in fiber. Okay, vitamins and minerals. Micronutrients play a big role in every cellular process. Deficiencies that can hinder our recovery, fatigue us, and leave our immune system very vulnerable. So go for the easy to digest forms of food. When our appetite is low or non-existent, digestion might be compromised, or maybe you're full after 2 or 3 bites. Try sippable meals like smoothies, broths, and blended soups. They're very, very helpful. They provide concentrated nutrients without overtaxing the body. Many patients feel lost navigating this because, well, the landscape is really difficult. The labels are confusing thanks to marketing techniques. The grocery aisles can be very overwhelming, and the fear of feeding cancer adds another layer of anxiety. So understanding that your body needs high quality, digestible nutrition helps you to reclaim control. You begin to see that eating is not a passive task, it's an active part of your healing. A naturopath or integrative practitioner can tailor a plan to your needs, but there are steps that anyone can take on their own. First off, track which foods your body tolerates. A food journal can be very helpful in revealing the patterns of nausea, fullness, or digestive discomfort. And prioritize the protein and the good fats. Of course, go with the nutrient-dense foods first. Very, very important. Even in small amounts. Okay, you can use sippable nutrition strategically if you're struggling with chewing or swallowing. And it's also important to hydrate consistently. Lemon water, broths, or mild herbal teas can support metabolism and digestion. So avoid ultra-processed foods, added sugars, and cheap fillers that provide calories but little to no usable nutrition. It's also all but mandatory to understand that proper nutrition is more than a physical act. It has a psychological benefit as well, because you're taking steps to feed your body properly, even in tiny increments. That provides a sense of agency in a situation that often feels entirely out of control. It reinforces that we're doing something active for our recovery, not just waiting for treatment to work. Nutrition during cancer is rarely discussed in depth by oncologists. Their focus is on the cancer and treatment protocols, and the lack of personalized guidance leaves many patients feeling invisible, confused, or even anxious. So the good news is that knowledge and small, consistent actions can fill that gap. You can give your body what it needs to be stronger and more resilient and better able to handle treatment. So the missing piece is clear. Nutrition is not just an afterthought, it's a cornerstone, there we go, of recovery. And you don't have to wait for someone else to tell you how to nourish yourself. By focusing on high quality protein, essential fats, gentle fiber, micronutrients, and easy to digest meals, you're actively supporting your healing journey. So in the next episode, we're going to explore practical lifestyle shifts that complement nutrition, including stress reduction, sleep, hydration, movement, emotional support. These are all areas where patients also often feel powerless. But even small, consistent steps can make a profound difference in recovery and quality of life. So for now, remember this. Eating is not a task to be endured. It's a powerful tool for healing. Now, if you or someone you care about is really struggling with eating and nothing that I've mentioned already is working, I get it. I've been here. I was stuck here actually for a good couple of months, which is why I have a free guide of how I managed to get nutrition in when food and I literally divorced. And there's no cooking involved, didn't have to worry about chewing. It was a huge struggle at first, but it worked. And over time, I could start reintroducing chewable foods again. So it's in my free guide that I'm going to drop a link for at the end of the show for you to check out, because the right food in the right form at the right time supports every process in your body, from cell repair to immune function to mental clarity. By reclaiming nutrition, you reclaim a critical part of your body's natural ability to heal. So thanks, everyone. Join me next week again to learn some of the gentle lifestyle shifts that can really help. And if you're around tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing what the first vitamin discovered was and why it's so amazing on my weekly wellness show. It'll be right here at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So remember to subscribe, hit the like button, tag or share this with someone that you think might benefit from this. That's all I got, everyone. Thanks, everyone, and make it a great day. Bye for now.